That's good. That's all. Keep that. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. Hey, let's get to this video. That's all that matters. Check this girl. Whatever. Check this chick out. Yeah, check this 2024 chick out.
I want to add on to that, like some of these days that comes of age. Like, as I'm getting older, because I'm still 23, I feel like I'm about to turn 24.
Stomach is just chilling on the table. It's actually pushing the mic up. Just totally oblivious. He's talking to you. Totally oblivious. He's talking way too fast. I can't understand what she's saying. Start it over. I just wanted to put out the good action. She did good action. They got some good action going. You know. Okay.
I want to add on to that, like some of these days that comes of age. Like, as I'm getting older, because I'm still 23, I feel like I'm about to turn 24. But I feel like in the last year or so, like, my style is, like, ever so changing when it comes to confidence. Maybe because, like, compared to when I was, like, 21 or 26.
Chase, why are you laughing? Chase, why are you laughing?
Sorry, he's laughing. Continue. He's laughing as a child. Chase,
21, 22.
How dare you, Chase? Please continue, as you were saying.
Well, no, it's like basically saying that like compared to when I was younger, like let's say I'm wearing like a little black slip dress and like a little wedge to top with a YSL bag. That would make me feel pretty, but like as I'm getting older, it's like almost like when I cover up, it's like you feel more beautiful. But I guess that's something that comes with age, and like I feel like a lot of younger girls.
Yeah, like in high school, you're just gonna want to wear what every other girl wears, like a crop top and like some booty shorts or whatever.
Yeah. Can I specifically ask this to you? We totally don't have to speak about it if you're uncomfortable, but what age did you start identifying as a woman?
Can I be honest? I've always known. Like, I never knew the word for it, if I'm being honest. Like, growing up, I didn't know what trans was. I didn't know it was a thing. So, like, anything that grasped onto femininity, that was me.
You got all these little slim, hot chicks sitting around you. It just exaggerates what you got. But what are you just laughing at? Something they said that popped up in the chat. It could have been the crazy shit that was coming out of her mouth. Tell her it makes her feel pretty to wear a black slip dress. Well, it does for a lot of women. Even for men. You know what a black slip dress is? You didn't catch that, did you? Well, I just said it does for a lot of women. It's true. It's so true. It really makes them feel pretty. Yeah, but it is. Hey, some men it makes them feel good. Hey, Chris, can you bring up a black slip dress? I don't know what it is. It sounds sexy. You never seen a black slip dress? I've heard the term. What is it? Something you can slip off? Yeah, I think it's a onesie. You should say, yeah, it's like, well, I'm not too. Oh, man, that is. Oh, what's your favorite? Oh, man. Yeah. I think I'll go with the one that dates. Because it's a sucker for white one. I'm liking the brunette off to my left with the legs showing, coming out slim. Yeah, I'll go with the two white girls. Hell, I'll take all of them. Scroll down. What else are you doing? I want the white girls. Scroll down. Oh, I'm liking them all. No, man, I'm sticking with the white. Could you imagine if the girl with trans influence was one of these pictures up here in that slip dress? I would be the gayest man on planet. What? If a transgender looked like that, when the gay slip? No, I said the trans influencer that we're talking about was in there. I didn't say nothing. Oh, okay. I thought you said trans influencer looked like the ones in the dress. The sexy girls. I jokingly said I would be the gayest man on the planet. You get it? It's a joke. I wasn't serious. I think the biggest act. You don't think she'll look sexy in that dress? Who? That behemoth at the table. Hell no. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, man. Just because you find it attractive don't mean somebody else from that man call that meat. That's true. But I think the biggest attribute anybody can have is like self-awareness. Yeah. That's what's hurting you. You don't have that attribute. That's clear to everybody. Yeah. I mean, if I look like you...
Oh my god, I love that.
All those
I
would not be
fucking love
sitting around
that
there.
already.
I have Whoopi Goldberg right here and Rosie O'Donnell right here. I want to have those hot, sexy chicks beside me. What? I mean, you put Whoopi Goldberg beside her heels. Whoopi's looking like a 10. Whoopi's looking good enough to pound. say all that. Figure speech, I'm just saying. Well, you act like Whoopi look like a noun, like a witch or something. Whoopi's not a bad looking. I ain't saying. I was just being facetious. So she's a liberal. So she's not right. She ain't cruel, but you know what she thinks. Yeah, I don't think she's an ugly woman. I was just, she triggers me when I think of this different shit that comes out of my mouth. Yes, I want to say something that would trigger her. Just being honest. I would totally bang Whoopi. I've been whooped over this table. Say, you know what a man is now, don't you? Oh. Hey, the other one you. I understand why they call you Whoopi. That's some good shit. Hey. Yeah, what's that transgender's name? What's her name? Don't even have the slightest clue. You ought to call yourself a tank.
I didn't have a name for 5 days.
Yeah, why would you bet on Goliath when we got Bet David? Now you came and giving value to the pages. This world of entrepreneurs, we get no value to haters. I keep running, homie, look what I become.
Okay, so we have not done a home team discussing issues for a couple of days. We had Ryan Garcia and Trevor Bauer this week. Today, we're back in town from San Antonio. We got a lot of stories to cover. We also have a special guest here today. It always helps when you got a special guest who's super confident, likes a good fight. It's almost as if she wants a debate. She wants a fight. And that's Bridget Gabriel, which you all have seen her before. If you go online, she's got clips with 18 million views, 20 million views. She's gone viral many different times. Let me properly introduce her background. Lebanese-American author, speaker, and founder of ACT for America, a vocal critic of Islam. So some of you that are watching, because we have a Muslim community that watches this podcast, take a deep breath. It's okay, because we can always have people on the other side as well. Just brace for impact. Particularly its radical interpretations. Bridget draws an experience from the Lebanese Civil War and her Christian upbringing to inform her views. She has spoken before the United Nations, the Australian Prime Minister, John Howard, members of British Parliament, House of Commons, members of United Congress, Joint Forces of Staff College, U.S. Special Forces Command, and FBI, as well as many others. She also written a book called Because They Hate, reached number 12 on New York Times bestsellers list for political books. It's great to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, your story's awesome. And especially for a time like this, I'm sure we're going to get into some. We got a lot of issues to go through, but we'll also talk about some of the, things that's gone on in the last, since October 7th, which has been absolutely wild. What's been going on, a lot of debates. We had Bassem Youssef on, I think, a few weeks ago here. Him and Adam had a great civil conversation, name-calling. One called the other one intellectually lazy. The other one called the other one racist or racist undertones. Yeah, racist.
So do Adam's new band.
But we left hugging. Yeah, and it was great.
By the way, let's pronounce it's Brigitte.
Brigitte.
It's Brigitte.
Lebanese.
It's an attitude.
Yeah, I know plenty of Bridgets. You are Brigitte.
That's right.
We had a French lady that used to be one of my agents. Her name was Brigitte Leton.
Yeah.
She would always correct me. It's not Bridget, it's Brigitte. Brigitte Leton. I said, okay.
You've told many stories about this lady Brigitte.
Yes, I have. That's a very different story. Okay, so before we get into it, let me kind of give you guys what things we're going to be covering today. Stories. One, there's a lot of things going on with Iran. Shadow war with Iran risks turning into a direct conflict. That's a Wall Street Journal story. We'll talk about that. Iran-backed Iraqi militia says, check this out, after they did what they did to injure dozens of our soldiers and kill 3 of them, they said they have decided to suspend attacks on U.S. forces. How kind of them to publicly announce that we've decided to suspend it. So listen, relax, America. Please don't do anything because we have chosen to suspend our attacks, and it's not looking too pretty there.
They know we're missed.
Yes, James O'Keefe dresses as listen, good for him. He could have made it in Hollywood. He dresses like a gay single man and goes out and meets with, what's his name, Rob? Charlie Krager, I want to say. He's one of the National Security Advisors Council, and he pretty much breaks down what's going on the inside, with what's going to happen next with Barack Obama. Yeah, not Barack Obama, Joe Biden. He's a cybersecurity political analyst and foreign affairs desk officer in the executive office at the White House. Anyways, it's a very interesting. He dyes his hair. He's got these fake glasses. Talks with an accent. We'll play a clip of it. Very interesting,
by the way.
Yeah.
He pretends to
I know.
be.
He does it with the girls that go on a date, and he does it with his.
We had dinner the night before. He's like, I gotta wake up early. I gotta go get a disguise. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'll tell you. You'll find out.
Zuckerberg gets destroyed. Zuckerberg, and this was a rough last 24
Come
hours.
on.
I'm sure you saw it. It was Kennedy.
He's still the fuck down there?
He had a perm. Maybe you'll comment on the perm, but there's a lot of things to talk about on what happened there because it's problematic and it's not going away. New York Community Bancorp stock plunges 38%. Another one of fears of reigniting fears of regional banks going out and people are taking their money out. Fed Jerome Powell says March rate cuts is unlikely. So the market panics. Dow drops 300 points. NASDAQ drops 2%. We'll talk about that. Gavin Newsom, guys, if you see the Zoom, he did not know somebody was recording it. When you watch the Zoom, you're going to think this is out of a movie, and it's fake, but it's not. He's talking about how somebody is stealing something in front of him, and he's asking the employee, like, how come you're not stopping him? He says, well, because our governor came out with certain policies. You haven't seen it? Oh, you gotta pull it. This doesn't look real when you see it.
Wait to
and somebody recorded it off a phone while he's saying this. Have you seen this yet? It's wild when you see this. We'll all have a natural reaction to it. Denny's closes the Oakland restaurant after 54 years in its soaring crime. And this happened right after In-N-Out closed in Oakland as well. Wonder why. And Aina Presley claims Walgreens is racist, folks. Just for closing stores. Yeah. So they're absolutely racist. I never knew. Next time I go to Walgreens, I'm like, did you guys know you guys are racist? I'm going to ask the cashier. Such a racist organization, according to Aina Presley. We'll talk about that.
Word is capitalist.
Yes. So police in sanctuary cities report significant increase in crime tied to illegal aliens released by Biden. And then we got a city that says, we want migrants. Please come to us. Wait till you see what the city is.
Send them.
Yes, exactly. Billionaire Peter Thiel, bankrolling. Very creative idea. There's something about this that's trollish, and it's funny, but I like it. Billionaire Peter Thiel bankrolling Olympics, except only for people who use steroids. Can you imagine that? Hey, we don't drug test. You do steroids, come here. Computer, we want to know what you do. Insane angle to take because can you imagine how weird that is? Only a billionaire would do something like that. Russians. They say, yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Billionaire Ken Griffin stops contributions to Harvard, calls current students whiny snowflakes, very offensive. UPS to cut 12,000 jobs and mandate return to office 5 days a week. I have some thoughts on that. That's a Wall Street Journal story. TikTok has lost music from Taylor Swift. Catastrophic. I know you were hurt by this. They removed music from Taylor Swift, and amid a fight with the industry's most powerful record label. We'll learn more about that. And then one school in Connecticut decided to mandate tampon dispensers, and this high school kid gets so pissed, comes in and rips it apart within 20 minutes. Great. Maybe some call him a hero, but it is good. Tico, how you? No, that's a lot of testosterone. Governor Kathy Hochul from New York suggests a suggestion, gentle suggestion, deporting migrants who beat cops. Maybe it's a good idea. Illegal migrants who beat cops. She's racist too. And then anyways, we got a few other stories. Migrant flipping off after beating up cops from Venezuela. You got a video
I'm not
showing
holding my
There's
shield.
a couple other videos
Fucking
we'll show
idiot.
you with Mother Purity Blocker. But before we get into all these stories, Brigitte, please, for someone like you, maybe give your background of where you. I was raised in Iran. I lived there 10 years, and then I escaped with my family, went to Germany. We lived at a refugee camp for a year and a half, and then we came here on November 28, 1990. So I was there experiencing what it's like when people are marching mad because death upon America. When you experience it, it's going to stay with you for a long time to come, especially when you're a kid. Maybe share with the audience a little bit about your background and what the media is getting wrong, why some young people in America are confused. Gays for Gaza, there's a lot of organizations that seem like they're noble. they're doing the right thing. They feel like they're doing the right thing between Israel.
God, now she's not even attacking the stupid bitch.
Getting it wrong. So a little bit about your background and where people are getting it wrong for what's going on today.
Well, I want to first follow up with what you said, that you grew up hearing Death to America.
Yes.
And when you hear that, it leaves an impression on you that you can never forget.
Absolutely.
The impression that it leaves is not the words. It's the hatred you have witnessed. It's what you saw that you recognize, your good soul recognized, because we're all born with good souls. We are all born pure, clear, no hatred, no bigotry as children. Everything else is dumped into us. So when you grow up as a child watching that and you think to yourself, I don't like that. My spirit doesn't like that. That's what you remember. And that's when you grow up and you realize what you saw, now I know a name for it. It's called evil. When you hate someone so much that you want to kill them, even though you don't know them, you think to yourself, how can somebody hate that? I want to stay away from that. As a matter of fact, I chose to fight that.
Today we arrive. Before we land, I will summarize the information I have gathered about the island from sailors' tales, scouting expeditions, and reports from the early colonists. Geographically, the island lies just a few days' journey southwest of the port of Kemi. From what I could glean, it has been used as a stopover by sailors for centuries, as a place to gather fresh water and supplies. The sailors I have spoken to describe it as a vibrant place, with good timber forests on the eastern shore and high peaks on the western shore. Wildlife is abundant, though particularly fierce. And this is the real crux of things. The sailors also tell several tales of dark shapes and ruins, of an ancient city haunted by undead, the mysterious structures that glow with unearthly light, and at the heart of the island, a tower built of material that no man has ever before seen. Tower scouts have confirmed the existence of the tower and the ruins. Though, if I were to speculate from the descriptions, they are Asheronian in origin. If Acheron once had a presence on this island, and the stories from the sailors are more believable, men have long memories.
You picked the wrong fight!
Freya has come to tell me to join her death. We are closing in on our new home.
Die!
The prince requires